Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Get it. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one.
Third down, it's Willis. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. Yeah, this defense rallies and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 11. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, it's Walker. Oh, he's got some, taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you get a team working together, and you get the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On second down, Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
And it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
To throw, here's Willis. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, go.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Well, they needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did.
He's got a man, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process, and really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Willis now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Bronco 80. 70 Timberwolves.
Huntley to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And nothing much materializing there in the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball at the 23, second and 8.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Deputy Lions. Cut 19, cut 19, cut 50, cut 50. Go.
Willis looking to throw it. And Sharp hauls it in. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Here we go.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On first down, Willis. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, it's Willis. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ochena Nwosu from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
EA Sports, within the game. That wasn't a lucky play. That was just good football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 19 tight, 19 tight. Hey, smash Broncos!
Right to the air is Huntley. That's complete to DK Metcalf. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Oh, they just set the tone right there. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the end zone, here comes, and a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On third down, it's Willis. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
He'll field this at the 5. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Huntley to throw. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Very nicely done there on the reception. And what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Goodwin. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. And that's out to the flat for Swift. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Willis to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And shutting him off, now open field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, 40 yards. And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
18
Willis out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. 3rd down, it's Willis. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Fourth down, Willis. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught inside the 5. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jason Kabinda, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60, Mustang 19.
Back to Walker on 1st down. Room here to run.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Kenneth Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Now Myers for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line.
That one is blown up by Jordan Brooks, the linebacker.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now Willis on the bootleg. Coming across the formation and making the catch is Chark.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the 2nd round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Off the play fake, here's Willis.
And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now Willis on 4th down. They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, they had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Myers connects on the PAT. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Now Willis. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Willis.
His throw incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Willis is going to throw once more.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
So on 4th down, out is Austin Seibert for the Lions field goal.
From the left hash, this from 39. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Ready, go.
To throw, Huntley.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They go play action with Willis.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
He's up to the 20.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go now. 77 Wolf.
Here's Huntley.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The big loss on first down leads to a tricky second down. 18 yards to go.
Second down, here's Willis. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And Sharp calls it in. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
Fielded just inside the 20. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
This pass complete to Melton.
And some room to run now. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else is going right in this first half. Kind of follows it with for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaud. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On second down, here's the option. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Willis will look to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Going on 4th down. Here's Willis. Open man right side is Sharp. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give to Walker on the read option. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down,
Huntley. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks.
18 Rattler. 19 Lion.
On 4th down, Huntley. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Hurt, hurt. Lacking 18. Warrior 17.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Boye Mafe. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. These guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 2nd down, Swift. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Trap 50, trap 50.
Back to throw. Huntley finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. begins in this NFC wildcard matchup.
Here we go, here we go. Check, Panther.
Running left is Walker. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Huntley. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Meanwhile, Willis' throw taken in by Chark. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Kevin Pirates, Kevin Pirates.
3rd and 2, Willis. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And from the wrong end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Straight ahead, Walker. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Top 19, top 19.
He's able to find Melton. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Let's go now. Hey, let's go.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Ken Walker saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
you'd
quarter.
say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
147 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And they take a knee. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.